Alright, let's see about going for another run through here. Let's just go to the cabin, I guess.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yep.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The blade is your implement.
Okay. Let's see here. Take it or don't take it. I'll go in without it again.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice softly carries.
Hello? Is someone there?
Is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part.
Okay, let's see here. Here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do. Let's check them out.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever.
Okay. Let's see here. And if there's no key, what are your other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
We don't have a knife.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the base. Is someone else here?
Yeah, we've been through this before. I'm going to try and get to the point. Last time I went through this scenario, I chose to stay and live with her in the cabin. I never actually chose to leave with her and never chose to slay her. So we'll get back to that point and figure something else out. Turn down. There's no way out.
You make your way to the bottom of the stair. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Yeah.
Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm. Just you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole... No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that.
Okay, so he's gonna have her
watch me.
kill me
Where
right
are you
now.
going?
But probably only if I warn and resist. I wonder what happens if I do choose to slay her. You know, let's warn and resist
Stop that.
to get to chapter 2,
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward.
and then
the
we'll
blade held low,
deviate
ready
in
to
chapter
sink,
2.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back. Stop it! Stop!
Oh, I can't resist. What? Oh, well. Ah, that's not fair. Oh, man. Okay, well, I guess slay the princess then.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her armor. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
This one's a beast.
Your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravished form, eyes shining in the dark.
I'm sorry, princess.
Stained in
I was
red,
gonna...
as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
I was gonna take you
Can't
to
just
the outside
end
this
like
time.
this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The narrator literally didn't give me the option to resist. Oh, now she's a witch. Okay, well, I mean, I guess a new path isn't that bad.
In the woods.
We'll learn some new stuff
At the end
here.
of that path is your
Princess, yeah, got it. Okay. Okay, proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Opportunist. How did we unlock the opportunist if we... Okay, I guess she got to pounce on us. And so he emerged to help us find a way to get the jump on her first, maybe? Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, mention the mirror, approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. I have a feeling that take the blade and going without it determines... I mean, I know it determines something, but I have a feeling this is like one of the more important ones. Although she's a witch and she's already mad at me, we'll take the blade this time.
Take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world with... Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Mirror, approach the mirror, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice
Sure.
skitters up from below.
Uh-oh, what's she gonna sound like this time?
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Uh-huh. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps.
She's like a lion tail. Hello, lady.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp blade, no doubt.
Why not have it tucked into your belt? I mean, unless we're not wearing clothes, we are a bird. Huh, are we naked? I never thought about it. I just assumed I was wearing, like, at least basic traveling clothes? I don't know then. Alright.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time?
She already said she remembers what you did.
No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared
narrator.
reality, even if
Never mind.
part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
I kinda doubt it with this version.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Sorry about last time. Made a mistake. We all made mistakes. I'm sure you've made mistakes. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you. We're not for killing you. We've got to get you out somehow, right? Well, we did that last time. And that's when she got betrayed. She's not going to buy that this time. I get the sense you're not happy with me. No, because we betrayed her. I died last time. You didn't. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you. Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. Can't you get out of those chains on your own? Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? Yeah, that seems like a reasonable assumption to make. I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade. I don't trust you, not enough to free you. Definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye. I'd like to be straightforward with you with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time. I think you might be a danger to the world. Slay her. Okay, there's a lot of options here. I guess we just apologize. I mean, she's just gonna sarcastically blame me anyway, but let's try it.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. Well, if you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Yeah, the blade's not for you, not for killing you anyway.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now...
Okay. Get the sense you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Let's team up. There's something bigger than the both of us here.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Yeah, till
We should
we
take it.
get close to the exit and she kills us.
Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Why do I get the feeling you're gonna stab me in the back?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
She's already free, so this option doesn't make sense right now. Don't really want to give her the knife, but that's the one to me that seems like it'd be most likely to earn her trust. I mean, she's gonna kill us anyway, so might as well just...
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I, abstain.
Hero, why?
You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This is such a silly idea. I'm not gonna give her the blade. She clearly hates us. Give it to
You're
her.
going to get everyone killed. You know
Yep.
that, right?
Yep.
But of course you do.
Yep.
You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
I didn't want to harm you this run. He took my option to resist, lady.
What do you think happens now?
Oh, she is a cat. That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time, and it wasn't my choice. Both scared and both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other. You're beautiful. I want to actually save you. This feels like the only way to do it. If you're like someone I know, you're probably gonna kill me. I chose last time. It's up to you now.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then
Yep.
she buries the blade in your heart. What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Thorn. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent.
Adjacent, more or less.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Yep.
Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
Yep.
Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, sure.
Whoops.
Twice.
I didn't mean to click through that.
Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
Gonna free her. Or even now, I'm sure she understands. We can see what she has to say for herself. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after she stabbed me in the heart. Screw the cabin. What if we just leave? Sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride. I'm sure she understands this time.
Yes. Good. Playing both
We're
sides.
even since
That's
she's
what
killed
smart
us
people do.
twice,
You're the smartest
but
in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? The good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself.
Huh, is he talking about me as the decider?
Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that
Or was he
whatever
referring
she
to
says
her
is
as the
likely
decider?
just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our
Or the
chest.
narrator?
If I
Okay.
knew, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. And you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
Okay, let's go to the cabin. I want to see what she has to
Isn't
say
long
this
before
time.
you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore.
It's actually
Burned out
color that
ruins
isn't
merely
blood.
suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Okay, I wonder if that's symbolic of her possibly trusting us now.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. This is supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
She still got it.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
Yes.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
Approach to mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. Might as well take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us.
Wipe the mirror.
Reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you figures?
Whoops.
Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, that's
Let's
where
go
everything
down.
tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Enter.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going. They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back.
Yep.
I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Let's figure out a way out of here for good. Don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here. I want to free you, I mean it. Just want to talk. Want want to find a way out of here for good.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Proceed.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
No. Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think would happen? Do you think I wouldn't hold it against you? I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you. I can get you free, but you have to give me the blade. Reach for the blade. You're a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. Guess I don't have anything left to say. If you're gonna be like that, I'm gonna leave. I'll cut you free, but you have to give me the blade.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands?
Yes.
You aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
Yes. You're not the only one who yearns for freedom, as trapped as you are. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Reach for the blade. Just reach for the blade. She'll trust us this time.
You reach into the thorns, towards her bloodied hands and the blade clutched tight in her grasp. But she snatches it away, ignoring the thorns that carve fresh wounds as she moves within her prison of
Okay,
vines.
so not quite.
I knew this was the only reason you'd come back down here. I'm not falling for it. It's mine now, and I'll let these thorns tear me to shreds before I hand it over.
You're not the only one who's trapped. There's nothing I can say to change your mind. You're not the only one who's trapped.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
I'm sorry, I never meant to.
Her
I was
eyes dart away
totally
from
going to
for a
free
brief
you
moment.
entirely this time.
And I've also hurt you.
Yeah, but you didn't have much choice. I don't blame you for that. There's nothing I can say to change your mind.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. But it does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Maybe it's time to put... Then maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts is action. Can I take the blade?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
She's so sad. Reach for the blade again.
You reach into the thorns once more and lay your hands on the princess's bloody fingers, wrapped tightly around the blade. Her hand trembles in yours. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. Be damned! She really gave it to us.
Oh yeah, we gave it to her last time.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real, power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it.
The blade isn't power. Trust is the
We
power.
free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do. I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, slay her right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Just want my blade back. Bye. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm really tempted. But no, we have to cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
Do wonder why he switched opinions.
Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. She flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. You're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
That was my goal the whole time this round. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to torture you like this. Of course I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes.
Plus, isn't she a witch?
I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Step into the thorns. Because, I mean, I trust we could just move them out of the way. Yeah.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into the freedom.
hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
Now it's time to meet with the true love of the story. You don't get the chance to respond. It's time to leave.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Gaze. You need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Got the trophy for the remains. Find yourself in the long quiet. Proceed to the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Huh.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
No. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars and people. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we are real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you see me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are going to finally have answers. He does. When I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but keep that to yourself. What? Who's she going to tell? There's no one else here. He does, and when I find him, you and I are going to have answers. Yes.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
How many more vessels?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough.
Oh.
And then gravity will pull the other others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Oh, I figured it would just be like an endless cycle. We could just keep replaying over and over and over without ever actually completing it, but okay. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you? You know we're going to fight when this is over. Do you really want me to bring you the last vessel? This is the last stage before your completion. I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. I'm ready. And is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
The game lagged for a second. I'm just going to stay here for a little while.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Thank you. Wait just a bit longer.
When you return, what textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh.
I see you have returned to me. Days mean nothing in the maw of forever. I never left your side.
Why would we fight? I don't get it. You know we're going to fight when this is over.
We may fight, and we may not. But not all fights end in destruction, just as not all conversations end in peace. Even if you destroy me, it will have been worth it to finally know what I am, and to have had the chance to know you.
Alright, send me back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Okay, well that's gonna be interesting.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Cautious Heart Trophy. Okay. Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, how long have I been recording? 48 minutes? Okay, I'm gonna end it here and pick up in the next video. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you then. And hopefully be able to figure out what's actually going on. Yeah. Alright, see you then.